Okay, getting ready for our final game here in front of our fans versus the Bengals. So, starting our normal Wednesday preparations. Had our team meeting. We'll have some more meetings and then bring the guys in this afternoon. So, looking forward to again getting out there on Sunday, trying to go get this win in front of our fans, which is a great opportunity for us. And then just do want to make mention of congratulations to Doug Deacon, absolutely incredible career for the years he spent with this organization. Job well done, and just a good man. So just want to make mention of Doug. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you very much, Coach. We'll start with Tom Withers.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, thanks, Coach. Somebody told me you're going to let Deacon call plays this weekend.
Yeah, sure. Let's send him out.
Hey, we have named Myles Garrett also the player of the year for the team. And I just was wondering, Kevin, you've had a couple of years now with Myles, and I think we've all seen his growth off the field as much as what all the great things he does on the field. Can you just speak to that, what you've seen in terms of his development and in terms of his leadership over the last year?
Yeah, Tom, easy to talk about Myles. Obviously, the on the field stuff where everybody sees is so impressive. Just incredible talent, special, rare talent, who's come up big for us in big moments. And then off the field, getting to know Myles just the last couple of years is a tremendous person. Very inquisitive, very smart. But just to see the type of person he's becoming and continues to grow, like all of us, I think it's an impressive sight to see.
And just in terms of housekeeping, the guys that sat out on Monday night, Hunt, Johnson, et cetera, any of those guys back this week? And also, what about Nick Chubb?
Yeah, we'll work through all that. The one guy I can rule out will be Sione Takitaki with a shoulder injury. And then for the rest of the guys, Tom, we'll work through it this week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Tom. Nate Ulrich is next.
Hey, Kevin, just another kind of procedural question. Do you know if there's a date now for Baker's surgery?
They're still working through that, but I don't know that it's finalized.
Okay. And will he go on injured reserve? Do you expect him to go on injured reserve?
Yeah, we'll work through that. I don't have a firm answer for you there, Nate. He's here today, but I'm not positive on that.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you too about Denzel Ward. I know you're not ruling him out at this point, but there's a chance that, with that injury that this could be his season. What kind of season has he put together for you guys? And just what do you think of the way he's played and kind of developed for you?
Yeah, I think Denzel's come up in some big moments for us. Obviously, the last time we played this team, huge play to start the game. He's made big plays on third down in the red zone. All those situational football moments where our best guy has to come up big, and he's done a nice job in those moments.
Thank you, Nate. Cam Justice, we'll go to you. Cam, if you could start again. There's an issue with the microphone.
Sorry about that. With this last game approaching, Baker's already ruled out. He just rolled out Sione Takitaki. A lot of other teams would maybe rest some of their starters or some of the players that are dealing with some of these injuries for the past couple weeks heading into this offseason. But you've told us, the decisions about playing through injury are on a case-by-case basis, and it's a collaborative discussion. I'm just wondering how many people get involved in those conversations, and what does it look like, not just this week heading into your last game, but as the season has approached this game?
Yeah, we'll talk through all those type of things, Cam. And, we expect to win. They're keeping score. We're in front of our home fans. We want to go out there and win. And if guys are available, they're going to play. If they're unavailable due to injury, obviously they won't play. But our full expectations are to go out there and play well. And the players know that. So we have to use this week to make sure that we're prepared to get ready to go.
One last question about those injuries. They're obviously, some of them are in game. You can't avoid them, just freak incidences. But some of these throughout the season have been soft tissue injuries like groin and hamstring issues that you've had to deal with throughout the season. Have there been conversations about ways that, your medical staff, your training staff can prevent those, and ways they can approach it differently? And does that get addressed throughout the off season? And are there areas that you can see to be improved or modified to prevent some of those?
Yeah, Cam, we're absolutely going to look at that. And we do want to prevent the ones you can prevent. Like you mentioned, sometimes, as we know in this game, those muscle injuries do occur. But if there's any that we can prevent due to whatever, in our operation, things that we do, we're going to absolutely look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Marla, right now, you're up.
Yeah, Kevin, real quick, just wondering, is Kareem Hunt trying to talk your ear off to play this week?
Yeah, I think with all those guys, Marla, we'll see how this week goes. Today's gonna be more of a walkthrough. Tomorrow will be practice. So kind of getting through tomorrow, I'll have a better sense on really all those guys.
And just one thing about Case, is there something about him that, this is a difficult situation. You don't have a whole lot to play for. Is there something about him that you think will help, I don't know, rally the troops, so to speak?
I think he's a pro, Marla. Just my conversations already with him this week. He's ready for the opportunity. He very badly, obviously, wants to get a win like the rest of our guys do. But that's the role Case has really played for this team throughout this season as a backup. Obviously played there in that Denver game, but constantly providing leadership from his role.
Thanks, Marla. Mary Kay Cabot has our next question.
Follow up on Case here. How do you think that Case will handle some of the issues that you guys have on offense, which Baker had to deal with, all season long, just in terms of, the right tackle and, some of the problems at receiver and whatnot? I mean, how do you think, and you guys might not even have Nick or Kareem this game. So with all of his experience and whatnot, how do you think Case will handle some of these issues?
Yeah, Mary Kay, I think just each one of these games, you're always without someone due to whatever the reason. Very rarely do you have your full complement of players. I mean, that's maybe week one that you have that type of roster. So I think Case and any of our quarterbacks and really across the board, and as coaches, really, you have to make sure you give the players a plan with the guys that you have available, and then we just got to execute.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Jake Trotter, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, there was a lot of excitement coming into the season after what you guys accomplished last year. What's your message to the fans after everything that's happened this season?
Yeah, I think the time for that type of message, Jake, is next week, and fully understand and I respect the question. I understand where you're coming from, but really for us as a team, we're focused on this week, and the time for reflection would be more for next week.
Okay, fair enough. Baker has talked about, how important it was that you guys got to meet in person in Austin right after you got hired, that it played a huge role in, building the trust, the foundation between the two of you, and how that played a big role in the success that you had last year. Given the adversity you guys have each faced this season, where do things stand in that relationship now as you head into the off season, especially if he, moves forward with the surgery before, the season is over?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of relationship with any of the players, Jake, I think it's something that we always, as coaches, work on and try to challenge our guys and support our guys. So I feel no different with Baker. I mean, I know it's easy to look at the frustration that we've had offensively and you want to pin it all on one player. That's just totally unfair. So that'd be my answer to that.
Thank you, Jake. Ashley Bastock is next.
Hey, Kevin, another Kareem question. I mean, just given all the time he's missed this year, first of all, how that has, you think, impacted you guys big picture with some of these struggles you've had on offense, and then just like what you've seen from him trying to fight through those various injuries that he's had to make it back out there.
Yeah, Ashley, I think all these guys, injuries are frustrating, and they work very, very hard to get back. And it's all those things that we don't even see. I know those guys are working in the training room, working in the weight room, and pushing their bodies to get back. So it can be frustrating. And I know Kareem obviously has missed more than he would have liked to, but that's part of his mental resiliency, his ability to stay with it and continue to support his teammates in any way he can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Scott Petrick, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, I had a couple quick things, and then I wanted to ask you something. Did Baker injure anything new on Monday night?
No.
Okay. And as far as Case starting, was there any thought given to Nick Mullins just because he's younger and maybe you guys wanted to see more of him?
No, and you know, obviously, Nick's. We're happy that we have Nick. Good to see him now that he's back off of the COVID list. But Case will be the starter.
And then, I know we talk a lot about the play calling and run versus pass, but when the Mannings are talking about it on their broadcasts, wondering where Nick is and why you're not running more. So just what's your explanation, I guess, for the mix Monday night?
Yeah, I'm kind of past Monday night at this point, Scott. And I think it's, listen, we're always going to try and do what we feel like is best for the team. Anytime you come up short, I fully understand the criticism, but we're going to really focus on this week.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Tony Grossi is next.
All right, I was going to ask you about Mullins too, and you answered that. I want to ask you about Jarvis Landry. We haven't heard from him since Odell was released, and he was usually a willing and interesting media appearance. Does he have a morale problem? What do you think about his attitude since that release happened?
He does not have a morale problem.
Why do you think he hasn't met with the media since then? I know you're going to say ask him. But
I'll ask him and I'll report back to you. But he's been great.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Tony. We'll take one more. Dan Lobby, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, I wanted to ask you about Joe Woods. It took a little time for this defense to kind of find its groove, I guess, and really ever since that New England game, it's been one of the best defenses in the league. So I guess over the course of this year, how have you seen Joe kind of handle some of the ups and downs and the adversity and kind of building this defense into what he wanted it to look like?
Yeah, I think Joe and the defensive staff, Dan, deserve credit for some of the growth of the defense throughout the season. They've adjusted. We've run some things in some different games that we haven't run. So I think you've seen some adjustments from them. I think our defense has played really well in division games, which I think is a big deal, and constantly searching for ways to improve. So I think they've done a great job.